Dickie didn't get the memo.
Bad
Okay,
wardrobe
you ready?
coordination.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Village of Carpentersville, our regular board meeting, 6 p.m. on September 3rd, 2024. Please call roll.
Trustee Frost,
Present.
trustee Malone.
Here.
Trustee Garcia,
Here.
trustee Sandoval,
Here.
trustee Abbott,
Here.
President Skillman.
Here. I'm going to need a motion to allow trustee Richardson to attend meeting remotely.
I motion to allow trustee Richardson to attend the meeting remotely.
I'll second.
A motion, trustee Sandoval, second by trustee Garcia. Roll call, please.
Trustee Malone,
Yes.
trustee Garcia,
Yes.
trustee Sandoval,
Yes.
trustee Abbott,
Yes.
trustee Frost,
Yes.
President Skillman.
Yes. Motion carries. And let's see if she's on before we.
I think she's.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh,
Okay.
Welcome.
hi.
And
Hi,
Aiden,
everybody.
Aiden, do you want to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I just want to embarrass you today, so. I know you're a middle schooler now. You guys do that in middle school still? Okay. You go right to the podium there. Whenever you're ready.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Great job. National champion.
Okay, Aiden, come back. And sorry. Sorry, I just want to embarrass you on TV tonight. This is Aiden Fernandez, and his dad is back there, and baby Quinn is back there, right? New baby, just born. You guys want to come up to, yeah, why don't you come up and give us a little background? So Aiden is a graduate of Liberty Elementary School, and now he's at Dundee Middle School as a 6th grader, correct? Your dad will give us a little background for us, please.
So, Aiden Robert Fernandez over here joined, Flight Club in Huntley just last year. So this is actually the first year actually fully competing in Huntley's. We qualified for state where he was a state champion for all 3 events, got first place. From there, he qualified for nationals, which was held in Louisville, Kentucky this year. When was that? June? I believe it was in June. Where he competed in 3 events as well. Placed first in 2 events. And then we won't talk about the 3rd one, but he's not happy about that result. But yeah, first year competing obviously and being national champion is super proud moment as a parent. So as they said, and sure to go on and grow his career as a humbling athlete.
That's awesome.
Good job.
Good job.
Great job, Aiden. 2 out of 3.
Good ratio.
Next.
Yeah.
3 out of 3 next year. There you go.
Instead of breakdancing.
Yeah. Well, funny thing is they have trampoline now in the Olympics. So actually,
Really?
yeah. So
Oh,
that's one of the events that he does. So
Oh, wow.
that actually.
That's
dream
awesome.
that can come true.
Okay. Aiden, certificate of achievement presented to Aiden Fernandez in recognition of your outstanding achievements in tumbling at the state and national USTA tournaments. Congratulations. We have the street sign forms. Okay. As soon as we get that, we'll get that to you guys. Okay, and then I think we talked about it. We're gonna put one up on the road signs coming into town. Because we rotate, our champions every year, so
Awesome.
then you can keep it after that.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, good job, man.
good job.
Brenda, trustee Sandoval wanted to see you do something. So. You do. All right. Backflip or. Yeah, let's do one. Come on.
No.
Or you want to do it out there?
Do we need a waiver?
Don't be shy. Come on.
Oh, wait.
All right.
Ah. Thank you.
Tanya will get a hold of you when we got that sign going. Or somebody.
You might try that at the end
I
of
will,
the
yeah.
hospital.
And Brad's gonna do that, something else later. He's a gymnast, so. Tell me the difference between tumblers and gymnasts prior to the meeting, so. We'll, all right. Next, we have a appointment. And I'm looking for a motion, to appoint Dan Smith to the Audit and Finance Committee, term expiring 2026.
A motion to approve Mr. Dan Smith as an Audit and Finance Commissioner.
I'll second.
We have a motion by trustee Garcia, second by trustee Abbott. Roll call, please.
Trustee Garcia,
Yes.
trustee Sandoval,
Yes.
trustee Abbott,
Yes.
trustee Richardson,
Yes.
trustee Frost,
Yes.
trustee Malone,
Yes.
president Skillman.
Yes, motion carries. Actually, Mr. Smith is here tonight. Thank you for coming, sir. Ben Mason will get to your information from Tanya. I think I sent it to you, correct? Email. And we have Audit and Finance Committee when? It'll be crunch time because budget, so we'll probably have a few meetings, so, okay. But we'll talk. We'll talk. I'll come see you. I know where
Thank
you
you,
live.
Dan.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. Okay. Next item is public comment.
We have Chris Caius with a King County update and river cleanup.
We should start this with a round of applause.
No,
Finally open the bridge.
Oh,
that's, you're welcome. And you can applaud for this, no toll. Yeah, I tumble too, but usually I just end up on the floor. So, Mr. President, trustees, thank you for allowing me. I'm Chris Caius, your county board member and president of the Forest Preserve. Just a couple updates real quick. Long Meadow Parkway opening went really well. Thank you for attending, trustees and management. And thank you for chiefs for being there. And the big flag display was great. Looked a perfect air over the road as people left that way. I rode my tandem. We rode our tandem bike down there, so we didn't ride clear across over that way, but looked great. Also other business, and speaking of opening things or taking things out, tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 will be the Carpenter Dam removal ceremony. We may have some equipment around there somewhere. It won't start coming out right there when we're there, but this will be the ceremony we expect start within a week. And we'll be seeing you there, some of you, hopefully. I think that's about it for, unless you have county business. With the Rotary, we will be cleaning, this is our cleanup month here in Carpentersville. Carpentersville Morning Rotary will be cleaning up Wednesday, the 12th or something like that. And then after a meeting, and then again it's our Fox River Days. And hopefully we can arrange to have that at either the new park or at Otto. So thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And no toll. And no toll.
no.
Next up, Mr. Christopherson.
Jerry Christoph.
Jerry.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
I
evening.
certainly hope you don't expect me to do backflips now for you.
Well, at
Because
least your
those days are
partner.
long, long gone. Anyway, I'm here with our post commander for the American Legion, Commander Jim Beal. And I'm representing the Legion and the True Patriots. We want to thank you for the support that you've given us all through the years, but especially for the 9/11 when we were able to bring the wall that heals in our communities. It was very important, I believe, for Carpentersville because Carpentersville had 6 members of our community on the wall, where the other towns really didn't. But we couldn't have done it without your support. And you've helped us in the past and hope that we can continue in the future. So we'd like to present this plaque for you guys. Mr. Skillman, would you come down? Can you take a picture for me? I'll read it for you guys. It's the Wall That Heals Vietnam Veterans Memorial presented to the Village of Carpentersville. The American Legion Post 679 members and the True Patriots Care Board of Directors extend our sincere appreciation and thanks for your generous donation. With your help, we were able to accomplish our goal to bring the Wall That Heals to our community. So, Jim. You want everything? Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Help Jerry to the car.
Yes.
We got a ramp over there. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, Jerry. Nope.
Okay. Next item will be consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda will be enacted by one motion. There'll be no separate discussion on the items unless the trustee so request. In that event, the item will be removed from general order of business and considered its normal sequence on the agenda.
A motion to approve the consent agenda as presented item A through H.
I'll second.
A motion by trustee Garcia, second by trustee Abbott. Roll call, please.
Trustee Sandoval,
Yes.
trustee Abbott,
Yes.
trustee Richardson,
Yes.
trustee Frost,
Yes.
trustee Malone,
Yes.
trustee Garcia,
Yes.
president Skillman.
Yes, motion carries. Thank you. Manager O'Sullivan.
The manager's report for this evening, a little bit longer than usual. I'll try and give you the Reader's Digest version. So it had been asked for a little update on construction around town. So Ed Zidlowski was kind enough to give me updates on a couple of key areas. Old Town reconstruction has been divided into 4 areas so we can tackle them a little easier on the budget. Old Town Area 1A is the area under construction currently. Trustee Abbott, I believe you live in that area.
Yes.
A reconstruction consists of new roadway, sidewalk, lighting, and storm sewer, water main, and select sanitary sewer improvements. The project's estimated cost is $4.9 million, and construction has recently begun with a tentative completion date of summer of next year. Residents were notified by door hangers, pardon our dust signs, and the village website prior to contractor being on site. Tree removals began last week. Utility improvements, sanitary, water, storm in that order, will begin the week of September 9th. Weather depending, the plan is to have the utility improvements, curb and gutter, roadway paved to binder, course, drive aprons, final or temporary, and most of the sidewalk done before winter. The remaining work will be completed in the spring, summer next year. This would be the remaining sidewalk, paved surface course, install street lighting, restoration, and punch listing. The other area of interest is over on Kings Road. Kings and Alameda Drive consists of new roadway, sidewalk, lighting, storm sewer, 2 new culverts, creek stabilization, water main, and sanitary sewer improvements. Project estimated cost is $4.3 million, with construction at 80%, and will be nearing completion before the end of this year. Residents were notified again by door hangers, pardon our dust signs, and the village website prior to the contractor being on site. Utility improvements are complete. We're completing the second culvert today. And creek stabilization is complete. Concrete pavement removals have begun, and pavement milling will begin later this week. All lighting, foundations, and conduits are complete. The plan is to have curb and gutter, sidewalk, drive aprons, and roadway paved with pavement markings. The restoration and punch listing may be completed this year, but depending on weather, could be the spring of next year. Separate item, Riverfront Park, bid documents to solicit grading for the site went live today. And as advised by Village Engineers HR Green, bid opening will be September 17th at 10 a.m. Chris mentioned the dam ceremony tomorrow, and all the trustees are invited to that at 1:30. It's on North Lincoln Avenue. Parking is tight, so if you can get there early or plan ahead, that'd be great. And just a quick update, non-union salaried village employee compensation study is complete. So we will schedule meetings with trustees and staff to go over the results at the board's convenience. That's it.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? No. Great, thank you. We have no old business. Next would be new business. Jim, we're ready for you.
Not a lot of room up here, so we'll make do here. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank everyone for their time here tonight. Really do appreciate it. Also want to thank Ben, Laurel, Shane for all their assistance throughout the audit process. They were able to get all our information that we needed, provide us, answer all our questions, and we were able to submit the reports. So want to thank them for their professionalism during the entire process. So what I typically do is go through the big report, the annual comprehensive financial report. I'll go through the table of contents just to give you a high overview of what's in the report, because it's about 100, I think it's 140 pages exactly. So a lot of information there. So just give you an idea what's in there. I'll touch on a few points, mainly the independent auditor's report, management discussion and analysis, and then I'll talk a little bit about the general fund performance for the year. And then I'll talk after that about the auditor's communication to the board, and then I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. So I will start with the table of contents. And you can see there's three main sections: the introductory section, the financial section, and then the statistical section. Introductory section has principal officials, an org chart, the certificate of achievement for excellence in financial reporting from the GFOA. And last year was the 10th year that you received that prestigious honor. And then there's a letter transmittal after that. Then the financial section is the main section that has our independent auditors report. Like I said, I'll talk about in a minute. Then there's also the independent auditor's report on internal control over financial reporting and on compliance and other matters based on an audit of financial statements performed in accordance with government auditing standards. So quite a mouthful there. Basically, this is often referred to as a yellow book opinion, but since you had over $750,000 of federal funds expended, you're required to have a opinion. So that is on pages 5 and 6. I'll talk about that. And management discussion and analysis follows right after that on MD&A pages 1 through 15. And then we get to the basic financial statements. So this is what we give an opinion on, is the basic financial statements. The government-wide financial statements is the statement of net position and the statement of activities. So that's kind of your balance sheet and your income statement for the year. This is the consolidated financial statement. So it's going to have all of your funds except for the 2 pension funds, broken out by governmental activities, which are all your governmental funds, and then business type activities, which is your water and sewer fund. Now, these statements have a long-term focus. So they have capital assets, they have long-term debt. They're similar to corporate financial statements. So if you're going to compare your financial statements to a private corporation, these would be the financial statements that you would compare it to. After that, then are the governmental fund financial statements. This is different. These are presented on a short-term focus. They don't have any capital assets, no long-term debt. It's similar to how you budget, and it's presented by major fund. And then all the non-major funds are combined into one column on those financial statements. And then to show you how you get from the short-term focus to the long-term focus, there's a reconciliation on pages 13 and 15. After that, then are the proprietary fund financial statements starting on page 16. This is the same long-term focus as the government-wide financial statements, just a little more detail, little different format, and there's a statement of cash flows. After that, on page 21 and 22 are your fiduciary fund financial statements. That's what your fire and police pension funds that I mentioned earlier. This is the combined statement. If you want to see the individual fire and police pension balance sheet and income statement, that's on pages 114 and 115. Then after that, on pages 23 through 72 are the notes to the financial statements. Promise I won't go through those all. But they basically support those basic financial statements and should be read in conjunction with them. After that is required supplementary information, or RSI, I might refer to it as. This has some budget versus actual schedules for your general fund, and then your one major special revenue fund, that's the TIF number 3 fund. After that then is just more information on your participation in your fire pension fund, police pension fund, and then the retiree health fund. After that, then on the next page of the table of contents is the combining an individual fund financial statements and schedules. So these are more additional detailed schedules. They'll have budget versus actual schedules for the governmental funds, proprietary funds, and then the fiduciary funds. And it also have some combining schedules for those non-major funds that I talked about previously. So it'll show you how they all get combined into that one column in the basic financial statements. Then after that, the final section is the stat section. A lot of good 10-year trend information on here, kind of puts the financial statements in a proper perspective. So there's a lot of interesting info in there, probably more interesting to the non-accountant. Definitely encourage you to look at that. So that's the 140 pages that's in this annual comprehensive financial report. Like I said, I'll start on the very first section of the financial section. That's the independent auditor's report. Excuse me. And that's on page 1. And you'll notice, I think 2 years ago, we changed the formats to the opinion paragraphs of the very first section on page 1. So in that second paragraph, you can see we issued what we call an unmodified opinion, which is the highest level of assurance that we can provide to the village. The one other thing I want to point out to in the independent auditor's report is on page 3. And that's the other matters section. So I mentioned we give an opinion on the basic financial statements. What the other matters section here states basically what additional procedures we did on the other information in the report. So that required supplementary information I talked about, which is management discussion and analysis, and then the RSI section. We basically do some limited procedures, read it, make sure it's consistent with the financial statements, but not enough to give an opinion on that. The supplementary information are those combining an individual fund financial statements and schedules that I mentioned previously. We give an in relation to opinion on those, which means that in relation to the basic financial statements, they are not materially misstated. And then the other information is the introductory and statistical section. And we do not give an opinion on that information. We are required to read it again to make sure it's not materially inconsistent with the basic financial statements or not otherwise materially misstated. If it were, then we would ask you to correct that information. So we didn't have any material misstatements or anything that was materially inconsistent with the basic financial statements. So that's the independent auditor's report. The yellow book opinion starts on page 5. And this is basically a report on internal control over financial reporting and then on compliance. What I'll just point out here is basically, you'll see that last paragraph on page 5, we state in writing that there were no material weaknesses. We also didn't have any significant deficiencies this year either. And then on the very next page, on page 6, the very first paragraph, is our report on compliance. And you'll see again, the last sentence basically says that we didn't have any instances of non-compliance noted in our testing. And then right after that is what Ben prepares. It's the management discussion and analysis. I I tell you every year, provides a great overview of the village's financial position and changes in financial position. Point out any significant changes or trends that might be occurring. And it has some 2-year comparative data that you can't find elsewhere in the report. So I encourage you, if you want to read one thing out of the 140 pages, read the management discussion analysis, because it's a good overview of the village's finances. And then the last thing I'll talk about is the general fund performance, and that starts on page 11, I believe. Yep, page 11. So these are those governmental funds. So these are the ones that have the short-term focus. They don't have any capital assets or long-term debt. This is basically on a budgetary basis for the most part. The general fund, like I said, is that very first column. That and the TIP 3 fund and the capital improvement projects fund are your 3 major funds. The non-major governmental funds, like I said, are combined and shown in that column that's second from the right. So on page 11 are your assets. And what I want to point out for the general fund is the fund balance down at the bottom, the unassigned amount of about $10.3 million. This is basically, fund balance is basically your retained earnings if this was a corporation. So that unassigned amount was a slight increase from last year's $9.6 million. That's about 33% of the FY23 expenditures, which is about a 4-month reserve, and that's in accordance with your fund balance policy on page 30. And then the income statement for the general fund starts on page 14. The statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance. And again, I'll just highlight the general fund activity for the year. If you go about 2/3 of the way down the page, the excess of revenues over expenditures is about $12.4 million, really consistent with the prior year. It was $12.7 million. And then after transfers out of about almost $14 million, there's a slight, there's a decrease in net change in fund balance of about $1.2 million. So that is all I was going to discuss on the annual comprehensive financial report. The other report I want to talk about is the auditor's communication to the Board of Trustees. That's that smaller report that you got a hard copy on. And I'll let you get a chance to turn to the table of contents. I'll go through that again. So you'll see on page 1, there's a cover letter. And then after that, there's some required communication with those charged with governance. This is required communication that we have to have with the board in accordance with auditing standards. So fairly consistent. That's on pages 2 through 4. Didn't have any disagreements with management. We did note that we had some delays in receiving some of the information for the audit, but otherwise pretty consistent communication there. Nothing too out of the ordinary. There was one accounting pronouncement that was effective this year, GASB 96, which is subscription-based information technology arrangements, which is a fancy word for software licenses. So what this pronouncement did was basically require you for any software licenses greater than 1 year to record a right to use asset offset with a liability for those payments you make on those on that licensing agreement. So didn't have any material subscription-based information technology arrangements. There was the past adjustment on page 6, though, relates to that. So past adjustment is something that's deemed to be immaterial, but above a certain floor, we have to communicate that to the board. So we did post an entry, an effect schedule entry or past adjustments entry for not recording those GASB 96 licenses because they're deemed to be immaterial. So, and these are only recorded on those government-wide financial statements. So in the governmental activities column, not something you would record like in your general fund. So it's only at that government-wide level. So after that, then the adjusting journal entries are on page 5. We had 5 adjustments this year, which is down from 12, and then I think 16 the year before. So good job by Ben, Laurel, and the staff. And then after that is communication of deficiencies and internal control. That starts on page 7. I'll just point out, we didn't have any new comments this year. And then the 2 comments we had in the prior year are on page 12. We show the status of those on page 12. And both comments were considered to be implemented in 2023. So we did have a significant reduction in adjusting journal entries. And then also we didn't have any issues with recording leases, which was the pronouncement that was effective in the prior year. So that is all I have for those two reports. We did issue a management letter that states in writing also that there were no material weaknesses. Like I said, we didn't have any significant deficiencies either. We did have a single audit, like I mentioned previously, because you expended more than $750,000 of federal expenditures. So we had a single audit. We had to give an in relation to opinion on the consolidated year-end financial report, which is a report that's required by the Illinois Grant Accountability and Transparency Act, or GATA. So we have that report as well. And then the two TIF reports that basically had unmodified opinions. You were in compliance with Public Act 85-1142 related to TIF expenditures. So those are all the reports that we issued this year. Be happy to answer any questions that you might have on any of those.
Anybody? Trustee Frost?
On page 12, you said a 4-month reserve.
Yeah.
And what was that number? Or where is that number?
Yeah, let me get to that real quick.
Is that in the big book?
Yeah, so that's going to be on page 12, I believe.
Yes.
Yep. So in the first column, that's your general fund.
Yep.
Fund balance all the way down at the bottom, the unassigned amount is roughly $10.3 million.
Okay.
So that's basically, it's unrestricted and unassigned. So basically it's, no strings attached. It's amounts that the
Available.
village has available to pay for ongoing operations.
That's
So
10 million.
yeah, so FY23 expenditures were roughly like $30 million. So it was about a third of the current year expenditures, which is about a 4-month reserve. Last year it was about the same, about 3 or 4 months. So, and that's in accordance with your fund balance policy, which I think requires a minimum of like 25%.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Right. Anybody?
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks
Good
again
job.
for your time. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. Where's my agenda? It's gone. 1, 2. There we go. Okay, next item will be trustee and committee reports. Trustee Sandoval. Right.
So it's September, and September is fest season in Carpentersville. So just a reminder, Fiesta Palooza will be Saturday, September 14th from 12 to 11. Fall Fest is the following weekend, 2 days of fun. The Friday night is from 6 to 11, and we will have, I believe, a Seaville native, Chris Servia, headlining that night. So if anybody remembers him, come on out. Class of 03, I believe, Dundee Crum. And then that Saturday, we will also be down at the park from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. with lots of activities for children. We have a game truck that's new this year. I believe we have a petting zoo, right, Tanya? A petting zoo, craft fair. So lots of free family fun. So please come out. And I just want to say thank you to everybody involved in opening Longmeadow Bridge without a toll. I already know lots of people who are using it. I just ran into my sister who lives in Silverstone Lakes at Woodman's last night, and she says she's going to go to Woodman's more often because it's only a 7-minute drive as opposed to 15 to 20 minutes. So it will definitely help our village expand and grow. And thank you.
Definitely. Yes, thank you. Trustee Frost.
I have no report.
Trustee Abbott.
Yeah, I would like to say thank you to everybody for Longmeadow. It's great. I know that project was a long time in the making. It's fantastic. Congratulations to Aiden. That was great. And I want to say, all you people that are doing the construction in Old Town right now, and I moved in that house about 1995, and the sewer there was horrible. I'm so happy that it's all going to be done, and so thank you all for that,
Thank you. Yeah, we know we have an inlet that goes nowhere. It's just by Dickie's house. We're just like, yeah, just keep it, it doesn't go anywhere. That's fine. Trustee Malone,
I have no report this evening.
trustee Garcia.
No report, sir.
Thank you. Okay. We do have a 9/11 ceremony, remembrance ceremony. Join the members of the Carpentersville Fire Department and Police Department, 9/11 at 8:30 a.m. Okay. Be there at 8:30 or before. What? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Denise. I forgot about you. You there?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. Do
I
you have
have
anything?
I have nothing to report, but I am happy to be back. I may not be coming in for meetings. I may be doing a lot of remote ones, but things are getting better with me. I still have a positive attitude. I want to say thank you to everybody who donated, and for all your prayers. So I'm back.
All right.
So I'm gonna try my best to do as much as I possibly can.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Denise. Yeah, we'll get you a packet delivered to your house then for next board meeting. So you have the information in front of you. I don't know if you do or not, but.
Okay,
if there's
thank
if
you.
there's anything extra. So like tonight, we have lots of paperwork that Jim brought for us. So,
Little light bedtime reading.
yeah, put you right to sleep. All right, you good? All done? You're muted? Oh my gosh, that's a miracle. Okay. I'll go on, yeah, so 9/11, September 11th at 8:30 a.m. Station 91. Please come down if you're available. And short ceremony, of course. And what else we got? I think that's it right now. Yeah, we'll have a lot of events coming up in the next couple weeks, so everybody please try to attend. Tell your friends and family, share everything.
You have Salsa Verde grand opening.
Huh?
Salsa Verde grand opening Saturday.
Grand opening Saturday at
At
11 a.m.
Mhm.
So 11 a.m. be there because we're going to get it done right at 11 because everybody has lives. And I know Melissa wants to get out of there. So, all right. Everybody know where that's at? No excuses. Okay, good. And tomorrow, if you can make it, a little late notice, but we'll try to make it tomorrow. Whoever can make it.
1:30.
1:30. No governor this time, I'm sure. No. Okay. Anything else, anybody?
Thanks to Sarah too for help organizing. I've got it written right down.
At Long Meadow, yeah. She helped out a lot. Yeah.
I'm sure she's working.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yes, thank you. Okay, with that being said, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to
I
adjourn.
motion to
tonight.
adjourn.
All right, we have
Second.
a motion by trustee Richardson, second by
Yeah.
trustee Garcia, all in favor.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.